I got bit by a dog
When?
over the weekend on
Oh,
Friday.
I saw that. What was that? Oh, what
You
kind of
can't
dog?
really see it, but
I saw it.
Big ass German Shepherd.
Where?
It was insane, and we were just like having a good Friday evening because Hila's mom's here and she was with watching Theodore at night. So let's go for a drive. We take our dogs. We go for a drive. We're going through like the fanciest neighborhood I've ever seen in Bel Air, where all the houses are like, you know, when you're in there's like nice neighborhoods, and then there's like neighborhoods that are so nice you can't even see the house. You know what I mean? It's just like hedges.
Love
it's like one of those.
Yeah.
And so it's like 1 a.m. and I see this huge fucking dog. I thought it was a coyote, but I was like, oh my God, it's too big. I saw a collar. I was like, oh my God, it's a giant German Shepherd. And it must be escaped from someone's yard.
Oh no.
So I get really worried. And you know, I love my dog. So I was like, I can't in good conscience leave this dog here in this situation, because if somebody saw my dogs, I would kiss their feet if they did everything they could to rescue my dog. So I get out. I'm trying to befriend this dog. It's a sweet dog, but just a little nervous, didn't want to approach me. And then I see another huge German Shepherd coming down the road. I was like, what the fuck is going on? And so I'm like, please don't kill me. And then this second one is really nice and approaches me. And so then the second one warms up to me. So they're obviously brothers.
Uh-huh.
And then they're running off and coming back and forth, and I'm chasing them down for like 2 hours, trying to chase these guys down. Hila's in the car with the dogs. And this dog owner is so annoying, because I finally get like, hey, buddy, how are you? I get his collar. So on his collar, I was like, there's going to be a phone number. I'll call the owner. There's just a tiny, like smaller than a dime. I'm telling you, this giant German Shepherd has a dog tag smaller than a fucking dime. And on it is a QR code.
Oh my God.
I was like, dude, so I'm there at night with my phone and the flash on, and everything's coming out like, I'm like, okay, hold on. And then the dog starts crying because they want to escape me. And I'm taking all these photos of this tiny QR code at night with the flash, and it's all blurry. And I'm like, fuck this person. So they run off again, and I follow him down. And so then I go back and get Hila's phone, because I need the light so that I have one light and one photo so I can get a clear photo. So I get a clear photo of the QR code finally, and then it's not registered to anybody. It goes, QR code found, no registration. I was like,
wait, what?
Motherfuckers. Yeah.
Do you think maybe they were like murder dogs, like those blood dogs?
No, we found out who they were owned by.
Oh, so they were owned by someone.
Yeah, I think a good family.
Wait, did they bite you? How did they bite you? Where did the bite come in?
So now I'm like, okay, so there's no owner. I don't know who the fucking dogs are. The only way to get these dogs to safety is to get them I have to get them in my car and get them to a vet and see if they're microchipped. And so, but I have my dogs in the car.
Right.
And Alfredo is insane. Alfredo is the sweetest dog ever, but he turns into Cujo when he sees any other dog. I swear to God, he's like the craziest motherfucker. He'll throw down against anyone.
That might be a parenting problem.
Well, he's a stray dog. He has some behavioral issues.
But you got to like introduce them. And
okay, excuse me. I'm not here to get lectured by you.
Well, you could have saved all the dogs if they were socialized with them, but go ahead.
So I'm getting to the point.
Okay.
So I take Shredder out, who has been socialized, who we've had since a puppy, and is generally really good with other dogs. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to try to get Shredder out to say hi to these two feral fucking giant German Shepherds. So I take Shredder out. And there's one dog there, and they start sniffing, and they're being nice. And then the second dog comes bounding around the corner up like a cross street where he was off just fucking around. And Shredder gets really scared because they're just like on him and they're sniffing. And then Shredder starts to get aggressive and defensive. And then they try to take one of them takes a huge bite at Shredder. And so
did it bite him?
Well, he bit my finger instead of Shredder. So I take Shredder up, and I was like, oh, shit, and held him up like this. And they were trying to jump at me.
Jesus.
I thought, dude, I swear to God, Shredder could have died. And it's fine. They're good dogs. I know dogs get that way. It's fucking weird.
I'm surprised your hand's not more bit.
Well, they were nice dogs. And once I think he was just trying to kill my dog real quick. But once I picked him up and I held him over my head, and I was so scared because he was trying to jump at me and he was following me. And also I was like, okay, everybody chill. I was like, Hila, put down the window. I backed up slowly the car, and I threw Shredder in. And then of all people, we're like, I don't know what to do. This is so fucked up. And then Hila, we were going to call like animal rescue or or like non-emergency line, but nothing was open. And so Elo, of all people, thought to call Whitney Cummings, who does dog rescue.
Oh.
And Whitney came with her car and dog treats.
Wow. Oh.
And so we sat with the dogs for like 30 minutes. And then Whitney came with some dog treats, threw them in the back of her car. The dogs were like super nice. They got right into her car, like didn't even fucking hesitate. She's like, here's some treats, get in. So she got the dogs, went to her house, put the dogs in her garage. They were happy. They were chilling. And took them to the vet and got microchipped, found the owner, who's like a billionaire apparently.
Oh.
He's like the 900th richest person in the world.
Did you get a reward?
So I was like, hello, lawsuit. No, I'm kidding.
Did you get a reward?
No, I don't want
He didn't
a
offer
reward.
you money?
Well, Whitney's the one who was talking to him. I don't want money. What am I doing?
I
did
money.
it. I
Can
did it.
Call for the reward?
I did it in the hopes that if my dog ever gets out, somebody does the same for
Oh,
him.
that's like, what is that called?
Paying it forward.
No, like karma.
It's called both.
Circle of life, though.
Circle of life means Shredder gets eaten by a German Shepherd. I don't like Circle of life.
No, circle of life. He survived because he was in the Rolls Royce. Eat the rich. We're eating the rich.
No, we don't like that.
Is that a TikTok?
Don't eat the
You
rich.
did it. You did it. We're eating the rich. You remember that TikTok trend? You did it.
Don't eat the rich. Oh, yeah. Okay, thank you. Yes, where I was like eating the rich because I had a nice fork or something. Yeah.
So Shredder was the fork or the other dog was the fork?
Oh, God, this analogy is too extended.
Shredder's the rich because he's in the Rolls Royce. So you're eating Shredder.
Oh, but his dogs are richer.
Your hand is the fork.
Those dogs are richer than
right.
Shredder. Those are billionaire dogs.
So that's the TikTok would work. You're eating the rich, but the rich was actually the stray dogs.
Are you saying I should have ate the dogs?
Your hand was the fork.
Should I killed the dogs?
I
Those
don't
dogs
think
would have killed
so.
me. They would have killed me, and they would have killed my dog. I was scared shitless. Anyway, this guy.
Your dogs are too
I'm
little.
not going to say
Let's
his name
just be real.
because apparently, yeah, they are too little. I was ready to be like, yo, I want these. They're too sweet. They were so sweet. I was like, I'm about to adopt these dogs if we don't find out who they are. But the owner, I'm not going to say his name. I know who he is.
You know who he is?
Yeah, because he's like high profile.
Johnson & Johnson?
Yeah, he's John and John. His name's he's John John.
Is it? Would you tell me off camera if it was?
He's not famous. It's not a name you would
He
recognize.
didn't come up with the vaccine because I just got a vision that he did. No?
Are you No, I'm kidding. No, you're way off.
I have voices, but I also have visions, and for some reason,
the vaccine guy. No, you wouldn't recognize his name. He's just some finance guy, but he's the 900.
I might. I've dated a lot of finance guys in my days.
Okay, I'll tell you off
billionaires.
camera. He's gay. I will say.
I've dated gay men.
Okay, all right, stop. You don't know him. I guarantee
You don't you can't guarantee it.
All right, I'll tell you off camera because I don't want to say his name. But anyway,
Your dogs are kind of pick me dogs. I love them, but definitely pick me dogs.
You don't know my dogs. How dare you say that?
I love them. I'm just saying.
What do you
they're
mean
pick me dogs.
I think when you start using "pick me" about dogs, you maybe outused
You out
that phrase a little bit. You go, this hamburger is such a pick me.
Wow. So Whitney Cummings is the real hero in this story.
So Whitney Cummings came. She threw him in the
That was really
car.
nice. Damn. Why don't people talk about that when they talk about Whitney? Because I don't know Whitney, but I feel like there's not really like great stories that surround her all the time. I know you love
Why?
her. I'm not saying I don't want to.
Why? People don't say anything bad about her.
No, I know one person had like a bad experience. I don't know. We're cool now. Like I know we had like something, or I had something to her. She's probably
You
doesn't
had
give a shit
beef
about
with
her.
Whitney Cummings?
No, I think I had one-sided beef. I'm sure she did not give a fuck about
She's
me.
like,
he literally.
wait, what was your problem
I
with her?
told you about this already.
You did?
Like. Anyways, I don't want to even bring it up, but anyways, she's a saint is what I'm saying, and I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
I was
forever.
like, oh my God. Because I was not going to leave those dogs there, and I was just in such a bind. And then when she showed up and threw them, I was like, oh my fucking God, thank you so much. It's funny because, these dogs cause so much trouble for everyone. And Whitney bitched him out, by the way. She's like, you need to be a more responsible dog owner. Your dogs got out. My friends had to follow them for 2 to 3 hours, and they don't even have proper
2 to 3
collar.
hours?
Yes, I spent the whole night with these fuckers.
Oh, I would have just forget it. Circle of life,
Circle of life.
Bye. Look what
Let the
happened.
coyotes get them.
That happened to Mustafa. Circle of life, bitch. Got eaten by hyenas.
That's right. Circle of life, motherfuckers. That's what I'm going to start saying to anything. Circle of life, bitch.
I like that.
It's just be like, yo, listen, I have bad news. I have pancreatic cancer. Circle of life. Fuck off, bitch.
Oh, I'd be more sad if you had pancreatic cancer than that. I wouldn't be as like.
What's a funnier situation where it's like a homeless person's like, can you spare some change? Circle of life. Fuck off. Circle of life. I like
but they
that.
don't die.
Oh, it's only
The
for
homeless
death?
people don't die.
Circle of life. I like that though. Just be like, circle of life, bitch.
Although then Elton John will probably sue us because he wrote it, right? Doesn't he get trademark
He's going to
royalties?
cease and desist us.
Never know.
Well, I don't think he coined the term circle of life, but he did make that song for Lion King.
I'm not going to say the extent of this situation, but I got charged for my lawyers accepting a letter from another lawyer that was going to sue me. And I was like, yeah, here's my lawyer's information, whatever. And so he's like, so my lawyer's like, can we accept this? Because on your behalf. And I was like, yeah, accept it, whatever. And then they charged me like $600 for accepting a complaint from another lawyer.
Of course. Lawyers don't work for free. They don't fucking piss for free. Lawyers are the worst.
I thought if you all have a lawyer on retainer, like that's it.
Well, they use the money on retainer. And then when it runs out, they charge your ass.
Oh, well.
Lawyers are the absolute leeches of the world. I mean, they spend money like it fucking... Bro.
Okay,
don't even get me started on lawyers.
Can I just clarify something real quick? Because I feel like now it's going to be like left weird and I don't want it to be left weird. The reason I didn't like Whitney was because of her association with Crystalia. This is a true story because I was blocked by Crystalia. So this was before. I'm not going to say I'm a premonitious, but I am a premonitious.
Premonitious?
Because
like the vaccine prediction?
Look, I feel like I'm a little ahead of my time. People say, well,
that's
crazy,
true.
Blah, blah, blah.
No,
I've been calling out Crystalia because he texted my sister when she had freshly turned 18.
Oh.
I was trying to hook up, like inappropriately.
I didn't know that.
She was 18, so I'll tell you that. Whatever. We talked about it on my extinct podcast, The Dish with Trish. We did a whole episode on it. But anyways, I already had...
Circle of life.
Met him at a bikini contest that I was in. I was in a bikini contest one time, and Crystalia was performing there, and I met him there, and I also had...
Did he rate you?
No, he didn't rate me. He just performed. But he had some inappropriate actions.
What did you get? What was your rating?
Well, I don't think it was a rating. It wasn't TikTok. It wasn't like a rating.
Go ahead.
I didn't place. We'll put it that way. But it was
okay.
It was like the Mark and Brian like radio bikini contest. And you had to like apply, and I was like a finalist. So I'm
okay. Good.
I was
good.
Skinny Legend back in the day, I guess. But Crystalia was performing there, and he also was like, he just always was this like person.
Right.
And so I've been saying this for a while. So when Whitney and him had that show or whatever, I remember I was tweeting, and this is why Crystalia blocked me. But then I was like, ew, why is Whitney associating with this person who's a known creep? It's not like he hit on girls and girls are like, no, thank you. It was very aggressive. No, stop. I don't like this. And he keep doing it.
Do you think it's ironic for you to say that considering you're friends with Shane for so long?
No, because a lot of the Shane stuff I didn't even know, like the stuff that like recently that it was talked about, I didn't even know about, like until like last year. And then I was like, okay, I'm gonna be loyal. But Chris had these like, it's been like a known thing. I get it. I totally agree. Like,
I don't think his friends knew the extent of his.
Maybe not. Okay, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. So,
I think they knew that he was like, a dog, right? Like a player.
Sure. Right. I guess me just not thinking about this. This was when I was like 23 or 24 or something like that. And I was just like, okay, not really thinking. It's 27. I don't remember. But I was just not like thinking about it. And I was just like, this is weird that this girl like goes so hard for this guy that's a known. Like it just, to me, it's like, okay. I used to work.
I don't think he was known at the time to be that.
He totally was. I worked in the stand-up comedy. So I was an assistant to Josh Nassar. Like I was like I used to work in the comedy like field as far as like being assistants to them, not like being a comedian. So you know this, like people. Jamie Kennedy has that same sort of like reputation. Like there's like stand-up comics that are these like, and people know it. Like obviously they know it. They can say they don't, but they do.
I guess there's a difference between sleazy and like predatory behavior. Which
exactly.
Is like, but he was sleazy.
Crystalia was predator. No,
he was
girls I know personally who were like, no, stop, and didn't stop. If you know what I'm saying. So,
no.
Yeah. So this is
that's
the thing.
horrible.
And so my issue was, anyways, I always had this thing with Whitney because she was like putting him on a platform, sort of like David with Dom, right? Like you see this person on a platform and you know how horrible they've been to girls that you know personally.
Okay.
And you're just like, oh, so my issue is that. And so when she started her podcast, like I think her podcast people had reached out to me. I was like, do you want to come on Whitney's? And I thought it was my podcast company reaching out to me, asking me, because they used to do that. Like my podcast company used to reach out and be like, do you want to be? And I'd be like, no. And then they asked again. And I was like, no, I can't stand her, blah, 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 because of the Crystalia thing. And then they're like, I don't know who you think this is, but this is like Whitney's assistant or something. And it was like someone directly from her camp. And then I felt really bad. I did feel bad because I thought it was my podcast company just like ignoring
so they're like, hi, this is Whitney Cummings. Would you like to come on the show? You're like, no, I hate that bitch.
Yeah.
Oh, that's...
No, I felt so bad, and I like apologized in video. Like I know she probably does not give a shit, but her assistant was like a fan, like or just watched maybe.
I'm sure.
Oh no, I know she did because her assistant was like either a viewer. I don't want to call him like a fan, but like a viewer or something. And I felt really bad, and then yeah, like you said, like you just said now, like a lot of times me with Shane too. Yeah, like looking at how long I was friends with Shane is like really gross. Like of course people are gonna throw that in my face, and but I take it because that is gross. You know?
I get it.
Yeah.
She is a good person.
Yeah, I literally don't know her.
She's cool.
Crystalia is not. I need to stop watching his podcast. Babe, we're done watching his. I watched the podcast to hate watch. I like to see his
Bro,
fall.
you gotta stop hate watching everybody. You're gonna you can start love watching something.
It doesn't. Bye.